Hello and welcome to American Truck Simulator with me, Kim Sawyer. Hope you guys and girls are well and enjoying your day, whatever you're up to. Right, I've got this another Steam mod on the Steam Workshop, which is this bad boy here, which is the Mack CHU613. Again, you can find it on the Steam Workshop, but I will put a link in the description down below so you guys and girls can have a look at it and have a go on it for yourself. As you can see, the details are very nice. Please ignore these wheels. These are not part of the mod. These are off of my Kenworth. But I thought they suited this truck a lot better than the standard ones that came with it. So these do not come with it. If you have the 521 like me, the latest update of it, you will have these wheels available for you. I will go with the good, the bad and the ugly of this mod, as I do with every other mod. It's very similar to the last one I've just done with the International LT. Right, once you have once you've subscribed to it and installed it into your mods folder or activated it in a mods folder, you shall find it in Truck Dealer. I haven't found it on any of the named main brand trucks. Your mileage may vary, but I'm just going to select go to mod authorized dealer, and then you should find it under Mack, and then here you go. You won't. He's got the Mack R. If you've got that mod already, you should find it here. Let's go to customize configuration so you guys and girls can see what you get. Right, so you only get the two chassis types. You get no day cab, but it's such a shame. You just get the what I'd call the mid-range sleeper or mid-roof sleeper and the high roof sleeper. It's the only two you get. Or cab configurations, just to say. For chassis configurations, you have 6x4, even though that says 6x2, that's 6x4. It says 6x2 again, but it's a 6x4 mid-lift. Six before, I guess that's got a slightly smaller tank. Let's have a compare. 220 gallon. No, same size, it's just longer. Looks of it. No, there's no discernible difference between that and that. 6x2 again. 6x2 mid lift again. 6x2. I don't know what there's differences in the what the cargoes do, but I don't see any differences other than that. I really don't. Anyway, engines. It does come for a vast array of engines. It's mainly all Mack engines by the looks of it, and do have a couple of Cummins in here. I believe I've got this Mack in it in my truck, just because I wanted to go Mack rather than the Cummins, just for sound purposes. Again, different gearboxes. You've got loads. You've got one specific here for the Mack setup, and then you've got whatever the other gearbox options you've got as well. I was just seeing if there's an 18 speed. Most of them are, I think, 18 speeds actually do have retarder, if memory serves me right. No, that one doesn't. That Eaton Fuller there, that doesn't have one. That has a retarder. Again, I think most of the Mack ones do have retarder, but mind you saying the Mack ones looks like 12 speeds, a lot. Don't see anything else. No, can't see anything else there jumping out at me. Cabins, there's only two options here. You have this and this. That's the only two options you have. Blue and then red. Again, personal preference to what you want to do. Colours wise, all the stock colours, and then customizable colours again if you wish. For dots, there is a few. It's not overly populated, but there's a few there to choose from. Again, different type of rear bumper. You can have the oversized logo if you so wish. No grill options. I can see you got the bug deflector. It's a shame that there's no customization available to the Bulldog. Excuse me. Available for the Bulldog. Now I prefer it in silver myself, but some purists say you can get a gold and a silver one. Again, for those special elite trucks, I think they give gold ones too, or the specialized tuned engines. Down on light options, you've got covering on the lights, and then you've got the warning flags again if you wish to have them. Mirrors again if you wish to have them. There is a dot hiding in there. I can see. What's that? Aha, so that brings up the chrome on the outside of that. So what does that one do? That again, change it to chrome plastic. There is a dot hiding there. I'll try and get that before it disappears. That looks like... okay. That changes the tank type from paint to chrome. Again, personal preference. Up above that, you can actually have this side lights. And then customizable handle. There is a dot appearing there. What's that for? That's got an LED of some sort. I'm guessing that was on the back. Let's just quickly detach that. No, that makes no difference. Is that on the inside of the cab or the outside of the cab? I can't see. Oh, it's on the side, just there. Just seen it appear, just here. With a little... So it's nice, an additional side marker. We go up a bit. Looks like another side marker up there. There's just there. I think we've covered that. That's the tank again, is it? Oh no, it's the side. This little side vent, as I call them. You can have it in chrome or you can have it in paint. Up above that, what's that? Is that the LED again? I think that's the LED again. If I go just down to here, that's in the GPS. Just the one sun shield. You can have a lot of adapters if you wish. You can add in whatever lights you wish to have. I'll just grab one beacon just to throw that on there so show you. And then if we go back one, that's the light adapter. And the horn adapter again. If you wish to put one, you can have one. Up at top, you can actually have the beacons on if you so wish. Again, I think that covers most of the dots on this front. There's one hiding here. Aha, so you can choose fenders or wheel arches, whatever you want to call them. But you've got to try and select it from the right angle. Oh look, there's another one that's like hiding. Again, that's that LED one again. Come around the back, nothing at all. What happens if I go... here we go. So in order to select that, you have to look at the front of the truck. And then it gives you the options there. And then you can... only one style of mud flap. You can change the wheels out to whatever you wish. Again, works. Doesn't look like it works for the DLC. Let's just... okay. Yeah, it's a bit weird, that one. Oh, hang on, that's tyres. Let's have a look. Tyres, standard tyres. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, there you go, standard wheels. So they will work for that. My bad. So that's an option for you. Interior. Again, this is another thing which I hope the modder addresses. There is no more customization. You can't change anything else in here. It's this or nothing at all. Not drive it at all. I wish you, although I suspect a lot of the newer trucks are gonna just be plastic anyway, but I'd like to have this so you can have a choice between plastic or grain or wood grain or aluminium or whatever your personal preference would be. Just more options there. And again, you can't use, there's no options for the interior. There is one thing which I'll try and point out to you once we get out on the road. This wheel droops down in here. You will have to adjust it using the in-game adjustments once you've got it all set up and ready. You come in here, oh, wrong button, and then just do your adjustments. Just to select them on. It always turns them off by default. I don't know. Mirrors are a bit funny. I didn't cover that in the last mod, but they're also a bit limited as well. If you did wonder, I didn't cover that in the last mod showcase. But in order to adjust your wheel, you just need to fiddle about with these a bit. I found it when it's drooping down. It's a bit difficult to see where all the gauges are. Now the modder claims that the pedals do work, and they do. If I zoom down, the accelerator doesn't work. The brake does though. I don't think it works. Can't see it working. Let's fire it up and then try it. Again, I'm trying to. Oh, it does work. Does it work with the engine off? No. It only works with the engine on. Brakes, did they work? Ah, look. There's a bit of inconsistency there. You apply the brake, but the trailer brake goes down. Release the parking brake and the trailer brake comes up. There's another trailer brake lever there. Don't know if you saw that. Again, my track IR's going derpy. Apart from my reservations about colouring, the dashboard isn't that bad. There's a lot of detail in this dashboard. There's just something. I can't put my finger on it. It kind of looks like it's been borrowed from something. And I can't quite put my finger on what it is. It just looks a bit cheap. That's my first impression. It just looks a bit cheap and it's been borrowed. And I'm skating on the edge here. I'd say it looks a bit similar in layout to Farming Simulator. The way that just looks, it's, you know, if I know Farming Simulator there's less gauges and it looks like a toy, but it kind of looks like they've borrowed some of the framework from it. I don't know. This is what I'm trying to get at, and I'm not trying to insult what the mod has done. He's done a good job to make it look different from standard in-game stuff. It doesn't look as good as the Mack Anthem. The Mack Anthem looks a lot better interior. That's what I'm trying to get at, and it just looks a bit like it's been borrowed from something. That you can reset that all day long. It won't crash it. You do have options in here for different settings, so you can have speed, fuel efficiency, fuel tank, etc. Again, this is another truck looks like it's been geared for automatic, because I don't see a shifter. But just because there is no shifter doesn't mean it can't be a manual. Don't actually know what setting I had it on. I think I had it on miles per gallon initially. Right, anyway. Let's switch the engine back off so you can, and let's jump back outside the truck. standard horn. Obviously in standard in-game air horn. Works. Lights look like they work. Let's put the high beams on. No disturbance between high and beam. The low beam on the light side of it, but the lights do actually come on. So does do the sides. And the back lights do as well. Everything else. Didn't know if I covered this. I've got some toys on. I'm going from here to here. I don't know if I'm going to cover the whole thing because I've prattled on long enough. I've got my standard in-game trailer. Well, my actual custom trailer. Well, not custom mod trailer, but the custom in-stock, customized in-game trailer. Right. As for shifting, it actually does float quite well. It floats quite easily actually, floats very well indeed. Don't seem to get, unless you do it really stupidly, you don't seem to get any real gear grinding out of it. I hate coming out here because it's a blind bend. You're always limited on sight out of this bend.
Turn left.
You're gonna have to wait, mate. I'm committed. Just don't pull too close to me. Sorry, mate. Didn't mean to do that. I was trying to avoid one side and then just overcooked it. I think this is a bit of a long. This is the problem with the longer trailers. They're not very geared up for the smaller towns. Try to get some outside shots in when I can. Because I can't see where the truck is. Well, I know it's roughly here where it is, but
Turn right, and then keep right.
red light. I'll stop at that. Hello. It will complain if you get it completely wrong.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Cut that a bit too sharp. As for handling, I'll get it up onto this road to show you, and the sounds on the outside the cab. Go out the middle lane, so I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Oops, I hit the car. Didn't tell me to turn left. Normally it tells me to turn left. Right, let's do a jiggle test. See, it works okay. As long as, again, you don't do anything really stupid with it, it shouldn't tip over unless you've got like a flatbed with a load of heavy goods on it. Shouldn't tip over. It does actually. It is quite. Handling does work quite well. I'll go back down to 6. get rid of that. You're going to let me in, Mr. Man. I have no choice. Even with this lower engine, it does pull quite well. I don't find it struggling anywhere. But the actually, let's turn that off. Let's turn Jake on and turn cruise control off so you guys can hear it. Oops, that's the wrong one. It sounds a bit tame. On the Jake, but it does work as a Jake. It just sounds a bit on the tame side. You do get a sound, it just doesn't sound that loud. Is it 75 here? Yeah, with the inside options, there's GPS, you can have it up on there. That's the only option you can have, which is a bit... I'd rather have it down on the bottom left here, just so it's more in eyesight, more visual range. Not it matters now with voice GPS, but it would just be nice, just so then you can see where you're going. I'm definitely speeding, there's nothing new there. $75 along here, which I find hard to believe for a truck. I'll leave it around just under 60. Just because I've got a funny feeling we're going to have some more windy turns turning up. No crashing into the back of the fuel haul van. Come on guys, why have you stopped? No, there's been a crash up ahead by the looks of it. So I'm going to have to try and get out of this if can. How close is the guy behind me? Just gently roll back. Lift that, backwards. Okay. That might help us out of this situation. I'm going to put it into low, although I don't think I need it. I'm going to put it into low. Actually, let's put it into the first. Trailer brake on. Feel it bite. Oh, is he moving now after all that? Well done, pal. Looks like he's just driven straight into the back of that tow truck. Turn the Jake off again. Yeah, the mirrors, you can get them to a point where it's usable, but it's just, see that bottom one? All you can see really is, and the top one, even on the top one there, you've got a bit of the exhaust pillar. You can still use it, it's still usable, don't get me wrong, and it's usable over there. It's just a little more adjustment would be nice. This reminds me of another one that I drove, another Mack, very similar. I think it's the Ultraliner, except obviously the Ultraliner was more traditional cab. With the engine options, you do get different engine sounds as well. So it's worth bearing in mind. Oh, I've got a funny feeling it's going to tip. It was close. That's why I didn't want to turn that sharply on that. I should have braked a lot more aggressively there.
Continue straight.
Let's leave it. Same 60 again, but I'm going to leave it around about just under 60
Keep left.
for the cruise control. That'll do. And then put Jake on as well. Got a funny feeling I'm going to need to brake again in a minute. Yeah, I've been feeling that was coming. We're going to need to shift down again. You know, all the things I've said aside, it's actually not a bad truck to drive. Would I drive it again? Yes. Like the LT is quite nice to drive. I actually quite enjoyed driving it.
And then
For a newer
exit
truck, this is, I deem this is probably an older truck rather than a newer truck.
right. Exit right.
Just looks like a newer interior. I could be wrong. Come on, give me the gear. But I would drive it again. And I would have it in my fleet. I just wish, that's my only wish with this, that there was more options for the dashboard, that you could have more of a customised dashboard look to it, more of a wood grain. You know, it just looks a bit plasticky and industrial. That might be how they look in real life, I don't know. I just think that it just looks, you know, a bit cheap and nasty. Detailed, very well detailed, don't get me wrong, just cheap and nasty. I'll try and get a thimble in. And I don't want this episode to go on as long as the other episode. I don't know how many miles we've got on the... says... See, it's not that long, but I'm not going to let it go on for that much longer as an episode because it's already cracked on for quite a considerable time. I'll try and get I'll try and get the thimble in here while I'm stuck out on this side of the road anyway. Photo. Get the light on it. Focus and Sean. But I think I'll leave it at that, peeps. Hope you guys and girls enjoyed the episode. If you did, please feel free to like. If you didn't enjoy it for any reason at all, wrong button, any reason at all, please feel free to dislike, but leave a comment either way, even if it's just to say hello. You know, I don't mind. It all helps me out in some way or another. It helps me improve on future videos, you know, and everything else. If you know anyone else that may also enjoy watching this, guys and girls, please feel free to share. It helps me out a lot. I don't mind you sharing. And if you're new to my channel, you see future episodes of this or anything else that I'm working on, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell, so then you see aware as soon as I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one. TTFN.